Good morning. And currently, if you check your app, you see the moon is in Virgo, the sign of my son. And that means, and this is where the journey begins actually, in consciousness, evolution of self-knowledge, of understanding. It starts at this point, and the microcosm in the self. It's when the moon is in, and at the degree of the sign of the sun. So where your sun is, say 6 degrees Virgo, when the moon gets into that degree and sign, psychophysical, spiritual seed is planted. It's the generative seed of the soul. See the two luminaries, the sun and the moon, the creative parents of all life, the father, who is also the child, the son, and the mother, the moon, who previously gave birth to all life, or gives birth to all life through Gaia, through the earth. But when they're in the sign of reception of each other, relating to your soul, yourself, i.e. your son, your soul, that then this seed of consciousness, this soul, is reborn, replanted in the lower centers of the body. It's a seed that's planted in consciousness, and if you sit and tune down to it and give yourself the space and time to tune into that moment, it happens once a month. Probably you will experience that return or that rebirth of consciousness that happens. And it's significant because that seed is a sacred oil, it's a sacred fluid, it's a sacred liquid that's recordable, that contains permanent atoms that carry information, like a water vessel that carries all the information and DNA from your memory as a soul, past life, current life, all the knowing that's required for your evolution and growth into this life, into this moment, into this particular evolutionary cycle. And so that is needed in its fullness, and it needs to ascend in the body, which is the self, the God, the universe, through the body, and be circulated internally for brain illumination, heart illumination. This germ cell liquid gets built and energized in the subtle body, becomes a radiant force that can electromagnetically charge the energy systems in the body, the elements, especially when it hits the brain centers in the head. It becomes highly charged and activates dormant cells in the brain that become electromagnetically charged, and they release also a fluid when the fluid crosses the brain. It releases slower, puts the brain into hemispherical balance, and puts the brain capacities down into deeper brainwave states where higher capacities and skills come online and come on board. And the Christ consciousness is realized. It's the whole goal alchemy and what the Bible talks about actually, and what Jesus represented. And so we all go on that journey every month. And so check your chart and find out where your sun is, and track the moon. And when the moon hits that point of where your sun is, that's the time to especially be conscious of the ways that you're in your body, way you're treating your body, and you're allowing that receptivity of the spirit and the soul and the self to come, so that that spirit and soul can come fully into your body, and then you can learn from that cosmic particle that is your soul, and that can become the guide and activate those relationships to the greater self, which is a whole being that includes all manner of the things known and unknown. But yeah, that's the little thought for today. Keep it brief because that's it. But yeah, just check your things. So for all Virgos, it's now. Next it'll be Libras, Scorpio when we go. But yeah, obviously the seed can be spoiled and wasted. Things with a high acidity can destroy the oil. Alcohol, tobacco, too much meat, anything that's highly acidic will destroy this seed. So it's especially required in all mystery schools that there was a purification factor, and this is why these mystery schools have these requirements, because the spiritual seed can't ascend naturally as it does if we're practicing degenerate practices. So it's quite challenging in the modern world, because all those things are sort of glorified and favored, seemingly. So it becomes increasingly more difficult for people to step on the path of initiation or soul and self-realization when we have a world that is very much about taking us away from that. So, but stay strong, because the world's really not that strong. It just pretends to be. It just pretends to be. The real strength is in your soul and in yourself. So anyway, I hope that was helpful. Yeah, I'll see you next time.